fight.
All right, so it is another week, another episode, which means my buddy's back.
Yeah.
So Janzen is back now. It's been a long time,
Too long.
4 months to be exact. But you
4
know who's
months.
counting?
Has it really been that
It's been
long?
a it's been a long ass
I
time.
don't think it's been 4 months. Maybe
It's
2.
been it two. Okay.
Are you looking it up now?
Okay, so it's been a while, and we love to catch up a little bit, but we're not gonna do that this time. We're gonna jump right into it, and we're gonna talk about Target.
Target. All right.
So a lot of you may not know about Target, and June is like Pride Month for a lot of like LGBTQ, whatever, the whole little thing. And now there's like a whole bunch of controversy with Target, and people are getting upset because like they're trying to throw the whole pride agenda on them. Why is it a problem now when it hasn't been a problem in the last few years?
That's a great question. But it needs to be posed considering. I mean, you were talking a little bit before this just to prep ourselves. I mean, this isn't the only people. It's happening also to Bud Light, and you said one other one, but I don't remember. I know that I had heard
It
about the
was
Bud Light.
North Face.
North Face. I had not heard about North Face until you said that, but I'd heard about the Bud Light. I don't see where people are making it a point to go and trash the Targets. It honestly is like there is a fine line between like peacefully protesting and just saying like, hey, I'm just not gonna go buy from Target, or like we're just gonna like boycott them until they like take it down. And then going and there's that, and then there's when you just go and say, screw this, we're gonna trash the store. And it's like, great, now you not only got your point across, but you also just got a jail sentence.
Also, I just remember another one, Calvin Klein. There was a whole issue with that recently too,
Really?
because like people were upset that there was a trans guy in I think one of the underwears, I guess, like the little underwear set, and like people lost their mind about it. I'm like, it's not a big deal.
It's like, I get why people are gonna be, I guess, annoyed by it, but like there's no point for you to go like, I mean, we live in cancel culture. Come on, I mean,
Yeah,
just do your thing, people. Like, if you want to be mad about it, just go boycott it. Like, especially in America, like you have a right to peacefully protest. Peacefully
but
protesting is
my
not trashing a store.
my thing is like, why is it now? Like Target's been doing their thing for a long time, and now it's an issue.
Hmm.
Like everyone else, like normally it's like, oh, they're just trying to get their money in or whatever, and like call it a day, like get like donations and stuff. Target's they're known for it, but now it's like, oh, I don't want to buy from it. I'm gonna make them lose a lot of money. You don't have to buy it. You may see it, but it's not being like you're not being forced to go purchase that product.
Yep, exactly.
And it's not like it's taking up the entire store. It's only taking up like one little space.
I don't know. I mean, I would love to be able to get one of these crazy people on here and talk to them. Like, what went through your mind when you decided, I'm gonna trash this store?
Have you seen those videos about the Bud Light when they were like taking like Bush Light and throwing it?
No, I have not.
And so they were taking Bush Light, and people were like, "Hey, that's the wrong brand that you're throwing away."
That's funny.
Like they saw light and was like, you know what? It doesn't
They're
matter.
like,
They're all the
it's all the
same.
same. Not gonna lie, like, I feel like I'd be stupid enough to do that too. Just like, yeah, same thing.
You may mess around. You may pick up Coors Light.
Exactly.
They're like, Jansen, it's with a B, a Bud Light.
That's what happened, is the dyslexic people being like, they saw BU and said, alright, that's enough.
They're like, it's the same thing. BU is fine.
BU something something. I don't know. I never passed English.
I mean, as long as it has light at the end, I don't care. I'm just gonna toss it. It's like they're trying to jump on like the relevant train.
Yeah.
Like it's like down with North Face, but I'm like North Face is not bad. I think it's like Patagonia as well. It's not a bad company. It's just people are like they want to assume it's like, oh, it's all woke.
They have
No,
great,
they don't.
like, I love Patagonia. Like, Patagonia book bags her amazing. North Face has amazing jackets. Like they have good quality stuff.
And the thing is, like, even if you don't buy it, it's not an issue. If you do buy it, the money goes towards whatever organization, but it's not a big deal.
Yep.
God forbid it gets to the chicken shack. Don't say the name. Don't say the name. But God forbid it gets over there. Because, like, everyone's going to burn down the chicken shack.
I don't think it would
No
happen.
more. I mean, not now, but if it was to happen,
Yeah,
would.
people would lose their crap.
Speaking of the chicken shack, I have a
Uh
story.
oh.
There's always a story when I go to work. And this story, like, it was really, I wouldn't say dumb. It just didn't make sense. So I'm taking orders outside and just doing my job per usual. And this person comes through and they're like, I greet them and I'm like, what can I get for you? They're like, oh, can I get 2 large fries, well done, and crispy? In my head, I'm like, that's the same thing. Like, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I told them it's the same script. It's been the same since I started working for like the past 4 years. We can't do it. It's owner's discretion. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, and go from there. They didn't like that answer. So like they get pissed and they're like, I want to speak to a manager. I said, okay. So I take the walkie and I'm holding it and I'm just like, okay. I'm like, hang on a sec, I got a manager, please. And like I'm standing there, like I'm tapping my foot and the line's like getting like the gap is getting longer. So I'm like, I look at her, I'm like, hey, you mind moving forward for me, please? And she rolls her eyes, we move forward. And then I'm waiting on a response and I'm like, hey inside, can I get a manager, please? And like they're like, what's the issue? I'm like, I need a manager. So I make someone else go inside, bring out a manager. And the manager tells this person the exact same thing that I just said. It's owner's discretion. We can't do it. It's gonna hurt our fryers. And they say, I work at Dairy Queen. I've done it all the time. I should know. Automatically, you work at Dairy Queen. It's not the same.
Exactly.
Like, even though it's fast food, your whole little setup is not
Different from
prepared for
ours.
like a big lunch rush. Right. So I'm like, you want well done fries, you can do that at your job.
Hmm.
We can't do it here. And for you to tell me that the fries work the same, yeah, all fries are the same, but we don't have time to cook the fries for 2 extra minutes.
Yep.
That's 4 minutes wasted just for a set of fries.
Yep.
And so they get upset and they tell the manager, they're like, hey, I want someone higher than you. Because I guess they didn't like him. So,
Oh,
so the manager walks away. And as they're about to walk away, the person goes, like, they mumble something. Like, I don't know. Like, I heard it. It was very disrespectful. I couldn't, like, make out what was said, but it was just like, y'all suck or whatever. And I kid you not, the manager turns around and goes, what was that? And, like, the manager bends down like she's talking to a toddler and goes, say it again? I thought so. And then walks away. And I'm like, so do you want me to take the order or not? So I take the order and I'm like, you said 2 large fries, right? And they were like, yeah. I said, okay. And they said, make a note for them to make it well done. And I was like, I can make a note, but I can't guarantee it's going to be well done. And they cut me off and they said, I don't care if it's not done. I'm going to speak to them at the window. I said, okay. I take the payment, whatever. It's cool. I tell them have a nice day and we go our separate ways. But the thing is, this person does it every other month. And it's the same thing over and over because they were
They
like,
just come in and do that.
go ahead. Yeah, they do it all the time. Like this person specifically comes in and does it all the time. And they were like, well, they did it for me last time. And me trying to be nice, but not really, not really. I was like, well, they may have done it for you before, but they didn't. Because half the time they don't even know that we don't do well done. We don't do spicy fried
Yep.
wraps. We don't even do fried wraps.
Yes.
You can go, like, I know for a fact, you can go 30 minutes in the opposite direction and they can do it for you. How do I know? Because I work there. But, like, I got cussed out over a fried wrap last week, too. And I'm like, just because you go to one
Doesn't
location
mean
it's not the service is not going to be the same. Like not the service,
Because
but
they're
the food
all
won't be the same.
individually owned and operated.
Exactly. Because the one they were like, well, they're like, I get the fried wrap all the time. I'm like, probably not here, probably elsewhere. Because at this location that
Well,
I'm
not
at,
probably. It's like
everything is
I
like,
know you're not doing it here. Like,
if we could do it at my location, oh, 100%, it wouldn't be an issue. But it's just like, you go to one location and you expect the same thing to happen at a different
yep.
location. I don't understand. Like, a lot of people, like, mainly people that work in fast food as well, that want to complain to me about my job. I'm like, we're on the same level.
Yeah, pretty much.
we're, we're on the same level. The only difference is that you don't work outside, you work inside.
Yeah.
Service may be slower during lunch, but we both have the same peak dinner times.
Yeah.
Unless you're at Dairy Queen, because like no one goes to Dairy Queen for food.
Only for ice cream.
Exactly. If you want good onion rings or something, you're gonna go to Sonic or Burger King.
Yep.
You don't go. If you eat Dairy Queen food, I don't know what to tell you. Get some better taste buds.
I mean, I will say I've eaten Dairy Queen food before, but it's not like something that I think about. And I'm like, oh, you know what I want for lunch? Dairy Queen. It's like oh,
Yeah,
I want a Dairy Queen shake. Oh, I'm also hungry. I'm gonna get a sandwich while I'm here.
I've never had a sandwich from Dairy Queen. I think I probably had
They're
fries.
okay. Like, I mean,
That's
it's
about it.
not the greatest food, but it's like they're known for their blizzards. Like, that's the reason everybody goes.
I kind of miss when they used to like dip the blizzard, like
Yep.
turn it upside down. They don't do that anymore. So
Same.
when I make a super thick milkshake,
Yep.
I just
I
turn it
do it.
upside down every time.
I do it too.
Someone tried to copy me one time, and they didn't make it thick enough, so all you see is the ice cream just plop on the floor. I was like, "Yeah, you can't be like me."
That's embarrassing.
I'm
Imagine
like, "Yeah,
explaining that to a
I'm
manager,
better."
like, why is there a shake down here? It fell.
Someone made a shake, and like, I'm, I don't know why. I can make a really good shake. I just can't make a good cone. Like, I have
That's
never been able to make a
understandable.
good cone.
My cones are hit or
Cause
miss,
like,
so
I mean, like all the new hires, they can make a perfect cone. Maybe because they can make, maybe because they're on desserts all the
yeah.
time. But I have yet to make a perfect cone.
Well,
Like shakes, if someone wants it extra thick, oh, I don't put shake base in it. I just call it a day. I'm joking. I'm
it's just
joking.
ice cream.
I mean, my shakes are one of the best shakes ever. My honest
Oh,
opinion.
I love making shakes.
Except, you know what I'm not ready for?
What?
The peach
Dude, it's
milkshake.
disgusting. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's great," but I'm like, man, I've worked with that thing way too much to like it. Like, you don't understand the pain of having to sit there and like mess with the peach. I'm like, yeah, like I just can't do it. Like, it's an okay shake. I'm not a big fan of like peach stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I love peaches. They're great, but the peach milkshake is not it.
You shouldn't be chewing on a milkshake.
Exactly.
Like, you remember during COVID when we had that giant tub of like the
God,
peach stuff?
that's the reason I don't like it. Is because we'd have to sit there and we'd have to prep the shooters, and you'd sit
Yeah.
there and all you'd go is, ugh.
Oh, not even that. Like, it was always bad because someone would put the lid on. Like, they would put it on completely, and I'm like, why would you do that? And then like you can never find the
Exactly,
tool,
and then you can never get it off. Like, yeah, it was a pain.
and then you're like, we're holding on a peach. I know. Give me a second.
Give me a second. I'm trying to
Like
figure
the
out how to
new,
get the stupid top off.
especially like with the new shooters, how they're set up, they break. Like they don't break, it's they get stuck every
Yeah,
time,
ours ours has a
and it's
problem of
always
like we'll
go
shoot
ahead.
it and then it'll like pop off. Like, you know how there's a rubber tip on the end. You'll squeeze it
Yeah.
and then that'll pop off, and then you just like have to sit there for the next 5 minutes trying to fix it.
Yeah, y'all need to be better. Like our thing is like we'll get it in there, but like you try to like click it and it stops and then it's stuck
Mm,
every time. Then you have to like pull it super hard. It's all bad. And then I'm the one that has to do it every time at night. And they're like, "Oh, well, you're good at it." I'm like, No, it's called I'm irritated and I don't want to do it because no one else like they won't do shake base. They won't even do the shooters.
Really?
Like a lot of them are like, I've never changed shake base, but you're on desserts. You should know how to change shake
Yeah,
base.
I mean, also that's like a basic thing. Like that's part of your job. You should know how to do that.
It's always that one person who never knows what they're doing, so they cut they cut the shake base before it's up there.
That happened and then it just gets dumped everywhere. And you're like,
Get the gallons ready.
exactly. Or
It's the fact we eat,
you
sleep, and breathe work.
can
So
get it
what?
up after like it's been cut, but it's just makes it 10 times harder.
That's why you put it up
Mhm.
there, and then you take out the air bubble, and then you
Yep.
cut it. I am so sorry to whoever's listening or watching this because we're just talking a lot about work.
That's stuff that people can't understand. This is
I mean, all we do is just eat, sleep, and breathe work. I'm
that
sorry.
sounds about right.
Sadly. But you know, it's there is some good times to it. But the one thing that I hate when it comes down to working a lot is the people that come and go all the time.
Yes.
So like you become friends with someone, like you may have known them for a year, and then they're gone the
Yep.
following year.
And then they come back like,
Sorry.
like
You're like, I thought you quit.
they always like I thought I
Oh,
did too.
you know, speaking of quitting, guess who's in Georgia right now? The Van Warmer boy.
What's he doing down there?
He has an internship right now. So me and the Van Warmer boy are gonna go golfing soon.
Nice.
See, that's the only good thing about North Carolina is that I learned how to golf, and that's pretty much it. Golf and spend a lot of money.
Golf and spend a lot of money. That sounds right.
I mean, that's all it is to do in North Carolina besides football season.
That sounds about true. Yeah, there's not much to do here.
I mean, it's different when you have a car.
That is also true.
So, what kind of bike are we getting? We getting
Yeah,
a bicycle?
motorcycle,
A bicycle?
bicycle.
En español,
It's a
bicicleta.
big boy bicicleta.
So, a little trike.
Nah, I'm looking more like ninjas and so like the Kawasaki ninjas and some like Yamahas. I don't know. Hopefully, my goal is to have one by the end of summer. So we'll see. But I mean, like 2,500, they're not that because like you can get a good beginner bike for cheap, and that's where I'm like, I enjoy that. That brings me happiness, and I've always wanted to do it. And I'm
You know,
getting
I'm gonna get you. Calm down. I'm gonna get you a little tricycle, okay? So you can learn how to ride the bike first. So you're gonna walk it out and then do the little pedals and the training wheels in
yeah.
the end. Once you think you're comfortable, we're gonna take the training wheels off. And then get you a mountain bike, and then boom,
Do you not
motorcycle.
remember when I would bike to work before I had my license? They'd be like, my parents can't bring me to work. So you be over here, little 14, 15-year-old me, like biking like 4 or 5 miles.
And half the time I couldn't find the bike. It was just you would just show up to work magically. I'm like, wait, I thought he had a
Like,
bike.
what the what? How?
I was like, oh, okay. You remember during COVID, those kids that had came through on the bikes?
Which ones? There was a lot of them.
This is like at like the beginning, like not the beginning, a little bit after. Like they had, it was like a little kid, and
The
then
three,
I think two other
yeah,
kids, the three of them.
and they were like 10 or something. Yeah, I remember that.
They were a handful,
And just coming back
and
through.
that's gonna. They're like, yeah, can I get a chicken sandwich, Mel? I'm like, where are you gonna put it? Good question. Good question. I don't know.
That's my thing. Is you go through and
the
drive through on a motorcycle just to throw people off. Be like, what are you gonna do with this? Hmm.
I will never forget. Somebody came to the drive-through and like they ordered like I think a 30 count nugget. All they grabbed it, just put it in the book bag,
Yep. That's
and then just
fine.
rode off. And I was like, okay.
Because they'll have their bag, or like the guys that have like nice Harleys and actually have money, and you can tell because they're riding a Harley, will just grab it and
Yeah.
they'll put it in like a little bin on the side and they lock it down. And I'm like, you go. Must be nice to have a bin.
Someone I was driving down the road today and someone had a helmet that had like bunny ears on it.
Yes, the bunny ears are amazing. Like, bikers are just like, like they like to play with them, man.
He had turned his head and I was like, "Oh,
Yep.
there it is." But I mean, if you get the motorcycle, be
Of
careful.
course.
You say of course, but you're never
Okay.
careful.
Being careful for me is a different thing. For whoever's parent is a cop and is happening to watch this, I am the menace that you see on the road at 10 p.m. I'm just gonna get that out there. Like,
Wait, you said a cop? What is this, blue
I
lights?
don't. Like, I mean, I'm just saying. I know somehow, some way, I'm gonna say something, and then there's gonna be a cop on here, and they're gonna be like, "You shouldn't be doing that," and I'm over here like, "I'm sorry." Like, okay, as a car person, the car community is very welcoming, and we just it's very much a if you have a car, you're part of the car community for the base level, like the actual car enthusiast.
Wait. So I can bring my little Kia Soul and I'll be part of the car
Yes,
community? Oh,
but I
bet.
mean
Go
that's
ahead.
how it is. Is it's like they like at the root we don't care. And so there's a lot of like actual car enthusiasts who are mad of like you've seen the videos of takeovers and stuff. And
Yeah.
takeovers are destructive. And it's like I've been to a few myself. Not like red light takeovers, but it's like we'll go to like, a parking lot and it's like, all right, we're gonna be here for the next hour doing donuts. Like, and you have these people coming out in their cranked out Mustangs, sucks. Like it doesn't matter what it is. But like the whole point is like man, we're out here having fun. It doesn't matter what you drive. If you like cars, go ahead, just come join. Like we're here for the people. Like that's how it is. But when goes from that to we're gonna do a takeover and like there's a video and this is the reason that car people are mad. Takeovers is there was a video of this lady who like this was takeover and people just went and they destroyed her car. We're talking like and like that's not what the car community is about. You're putting a bad name on the car community because there are people out here who like we don't care. Like yes, are these events like sometimes those things are fun and it's like yes, it's nice to get a group of people, go do a couple donuts, drift around a little bit. But when it goes from that to we're destroying property. Like, no, that's not what the car community is about. And we don't want like actual car people don't want anything to do with that kind of behavior. But
It
it
makes
was like
sense.
it's like I'm a car person, and it's like I enjoy working on my car, even though I may not know all that much about it. I enjoy learning, doing more things, always trying to customize my car, and just go out and have a good time. It's like when I'm driving, if there's nobody on the road, do not expect me to be going the speed limit. If I have two lanes and open road, I'm going as fast as I feel comfortable going.
I'm gonna interrupt you on that one because you've never gone the speed limit, whether there's cars on the road or not.
But
You wait, hold on. You know who's a bad
who?
driver? You remember Hannah,
Which one?
the one that would like come back on like
Bol-
holidays, like on breaks and stuff.
Bolin?
So which one?
Yep.
Yeah. No, not Bolin. Uh, this one like she started off at the mall, but then she came over
Yeah, that's Bolin.
later.
Hannah Bolin. Redhead? Like redhead?
Mm, no, that's not Bolin.
It isn't Bolin. I know who you're. Boyce. I was
Boys,
like, I know it starts with a B.
she cannot
That does not
drive.
surprise me.
Like I will never forget. I was in her car. Like homie was hitting 50, like a 35. I was like, you got to be for real. Please slow the car down. Like she was whipping it like she didn't have anyone to care about.
There's a difference though between like people who legitimately can't drive and it's like they'll be going through red lights on the wrong side of the road and they're like, I don't even know how I got over here, help me. And it's like there's a difference between that and me who is like, I know how to drive and I choose to like push it a little bit. Like I'm not gonna make this maneuver if I don't feel like I can make it.
Yep.
It's not a I'm a bad,
Yeah, I'm never driving with you on
it's
the
not
road.
a I'm a bad driver. It's just a I know my limits and I choose to be like, all right, cool. I'm just out here to have fun.
Yeah, so if you're listening or watching, Jansen will run you over if you're not paying attention.
If you're not paying attention, you're just gonna look up and be like, "I guess I got passed."
I hear it. I can just see. I think at this point you should get a car as a NASCAR. You should get a job as a NASCAR
Dude,
driver.
if I could find a way, I would have done that a long time ago.
I mean, we have races down here at the Speedway.
Yeah, see, I need a good car for that first.
No, you don't. They have like they do
I
trucks,
would like to have a car that can
sports cars.
drive.
Okay. I mean, you never know here in the
Get
boonies.
myself a clapped out Honda.
Don't get a Honda Civic.
Honda Civics are nice.
No, like the Honda Civics here. All you hear is like the like I'm trying to boom 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 every time, and you get the one person that can't put it in gear, and then so it goes. This one guy tried to rev up. He tried to rev up his engine in the drive-through, and just to show off. And guess what
What? Did
happened?
he drop it?
The car stopped, and then it just started smoking. It just started smoking.
No.
And so like I had taken his order, and like I was like, okay, great, you have a good day. I walk away, and then he couldn't get the car to start, and the other guy's looking at him like, that's what you get for being a douchebag in the drive-through. And so he tried to start it. He popped the hood, and he was like, man, I gotta do it. Like he's trying to like get it going. He finally gets it going. Not even halfway, it stops. Then he has to start the car again. The car is still smoking. I'm just like, that's what you get for showing off to people that don't care.
Yeah.
It's like those kind of people get on my nerves. Like the people that have like the loudest engines and try to come through the drive through super fast. I'm like, it's not it's not a popularity contest. I could care less. I'm just here to do my job. I get paid X
It's
amount an
one thing
hour.
to have a
Just let me
loud
take your
engine, and
order.
it's like, I would totally, like, I would love to clap out my car and have, like, the exhaust and all that. And it's like, given the way I would run it would not just be for noise. I wouldn't just throw an exhaust tip on there and call it a day. Like, I would rerun the entire exhaust system so it gives me power and noise, and it'd be what I want it to sound like. But people would be like, "Oh, you're just trying to be annoying," and I'd be like, "No, because it's what I enjoy. I'm happy with it." The goal isn't to sit there and like be like, "Oh, I just want to be annoying in a drive-thru." No, it's like, okay, sorry, my loud car offends you.
I mean, it's like it's not obnoxious. It's just you have those people that do it on purpose. Like they'll rev up their engine as they're
Like
waiting
that
in
person.
line.
It's one thing if
Yeah,
that's
and
you,
the thing is, he was the only car in line,
dude.
and no one else cared.
That's funny.
Also, speaking of other work stories, you remember Honey Boo Boo, like that very popular kid, like on television.
No.
All right, so Honey Boo Boo, she was a pageant. She did pageants a lot when she was a kid, and she was on this TV show called Toddlers and Tiaras. This is like 2000 something, like mid 2000s. She gets older, people loved her, so she got her own like TV show, which was like a spinoff of that. And she lives in Georgia. Basically, people like we all watched her grow up. She was playing beer pong with my classmates back in high school. Keep in mind, we were in high school. She was in middle school playing beer pong, and she was killing everybody. Like I've seen the videos, like she was killing everyone at beer pong. So she grows up and everything, and now she's dating. She just graduated high school, but when she was just a little bit younger, she was dating someone that was like 20 years old, like 18, 20, or whatever. She was like 16,
Yeah.
17. And her mom had left, I think her stepdad or her mom gone through a lot, Mama June, whatever. So now, like, she lost a lot of weight and she got cracked out. You know what that means, right?
Lightly.
So she was taking
Yep.
drugs and stuff. So she lost a lot of weight and then met this guy, started doing drugs with him. Tell me why I was at work and everyone stops and we're looking in the parking lot, like of like the La Quinta. We see Mama June and like her fiance or whatever, and I'm like, wait, she got bigger. And and this one guest comes through, and they're like, "Oh my god, is that Mama June?" And I was like, "Yeah." They were like, "Damn, she got fat," and I was like, "Oh my god." She rolls the window down and was like, "Yo, June, lay out the Twinkies a little bit." I was like, "Oh my god." And like, keep in mind, they're filming as well, so they had to stop, refilm. It was all kinds of bad, and then like they had to make it seem like they were pulling into the hotel. So the guy was driving the car. All he did was he just went around the building, and then he just pulled in. He pulls in at an angle, so he's crooked in the spot.
Okay.
It's not it's not bad. It's just for TV. And then they get out of the car and they're filming the same spot, like the same scene 3 times
What?
because they were walking too fast at one point, walking too slow, and they finally got it. And then they had to like do like a whole little scene of them talking. They did that for a long time, and then after they got the scene, they just dipped. And I was waiting for them to come through the drive-thru. I'm like, I was gonna be like, "Yo, what can I get for you today, ma'am? What can I get for you? Can I get your autograph as well? Send this little iPad for me." And the thing is, like, in my little town, like Mama June, like she may be a little like she's like run of the mill kind of country where it's like they had, I remember there was one episode they made sketty. Now sketty was just pasta noodles and like a whole bunch of butter in it. And like they would take like a tub of like the country crock butter and just put it in like they would just eat that.
Okay.
But that was our entertainment at the
Yeah.
time. So it's like I saw a celebrity. I think that was better than that country guy I met in the drive thru that one
Tim
year.
McGraw? No, Scotty McCurry.
Scotty Mc
I remember
Yeah.
that.
See, I already
Well,
forgot
it's
about
funny
him.
because I remember I gave him his food, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's Scotty McCurry," and I'm like, "You're pulling my leg," and I let him go, and they're like, "No, that really was." And then it was funny because I was watching his music video for who knows what reason. I mean, it's me, so I'm not surprised. No, and I was like, "No flipping way!" And I was like, I recognized the face, and in the music video, it was the same fuck as what he came through the drive-through, and then I was like, "You're kidding me."
Yeah. I remember that day, like, I'm not gonna say names, but one of the directors that ran out and was like, "Who took the order for Scotty McCreery?" And I was like, "For Scott?" And they were like, "Yeah." I was like, "I did." They were like, "Did you not know whose order you took?" I was like, "No." And then I tweeted about it, and this was like the most like I didn't think much about it at the time, but I was like, "Oh my god, I just met Scotty McCreery at work," and all these random people had like basically saw my tweet. You know what
What?
they said? "Oh, did you see him at Popeyes? You must work at Popeyes because he be at Popeyes all the time." I was like, "Wait, Popeyes? Wait, that's fucking racist." Because I was like, "That's crazy for you to assume that I work at Popeyes." I was like, "No, that was Chick-fil-A," and they were like, "I've never seen him eat at Chick-fil-A. I see him at Popeyes all the time." And I immediately blocked that person. I was like, don't look at my tweets anymore." But I mean, it was okay meeting him. It wasn't like a
If
I
I
didn't know who
had
it was.
processed who it was before, I definitely would have talked to him and tried to got some advice. Like being a music head, like I would have had a blast. Like actually talking to him.
You would have got fired.
It would have been worth it. I mean, I mean,
Like I had Go ahead.
Lord knows if I had an opportunity, I would have sat there, chatted them up, and so I ended up somehow being like, "Hey guys, I know you're gonna hate me. I'll be back tomorrow," and you'll see me crying off with them. Like, oh my, hey dad, funny story. I'm Scotty McCreery.
It's the fact that me and you we were the ones to always talk up guests
Yep.
every single time. Like I had a sugar mama from Spain.
Dude, I still talk up, yeah.
I had a sugar mama from
That's impressive.
Spain. I know.
I'm,
I know. And then I left.
dang.
I know.
I'm talking to a girl right
But
now,
it's
and
like
I'm like, I don't know what we are just yet. It's kind of weird, but it's like, everybody's like, oh, how'd you, because she'll come and see me at work, and it's like, oh, hey. And everybody's like, oh, how'd you meet her? I'm like, funny thing.
in the
Yeah,
drive through.
that's exactly. I was just like, hey, can I get your number?
Absolutely not. See, that's the problem with you. You should be getting fired by now. It's okay. It is what it is.
They aren't leaving negative reviews, so I guess I'm not doing it.
It's always been me and you to talk them up. You still have that giant ass jug of fucking water. Is that water from 2021? Oh, okay. I thought it was a couple years ago.
Jug that never runs out.
So the ones that are the ones that are just listening, Jansen has this giant jug. Is it Yeti?
Ozark.
It's a giant jug.
It's
How much
a
did that
one
hold?
gallon metal. So basically, like everybody has their hydro flask. Well, I have a 1 gallon stainless hydro
That's
flask.
not a hydro flask. You can't can now it's Stanley cups. But this freaking jug is the size of like I don't know how to describe it. It's given like a time capsule. That's how big it is.
Everybody's like, "What the hell is that?" It was so funny during like track seasons and stuff when I'd be carrying it around the school. People were like, "Dude, what?" Because they just see me
Because
like
it's like
walking
they're just
around with
carrying
it.
it around. It's fine. Everything is fine. But it's
Oh,
okay.
this is just
Oh, it just
so. I
wait,
don't
can you
know
still
if
hear me?
anybody can hear me, or if my film is going through, or I don't know if I'm the one stuck, or if Kaya's the one stuck. But for me, Kaya's stuck. So I'm just sitting here doing a little dancey dance. This is great. We're just like I'm stuck here looking at this same facial expression of Kaya just kind of staring at me awkwardly. I'm waiting for her to come back. Man, this is a whole trip. He kind of knows how to work this. Oh, it says host will be here soon. Please stay in the app while your recording is uploaded. So I guess we're still filming. I don't know what happened, but
That is
I'm listening to she's
crazy.
back. That's what I was saying.
That is
You
crazy.
froze, and I just had this blank expression of you just staring at me, and I sat there for a second. I processed it, and I'm just saying,
No, I heard everything. The thing is like I heard you talking and then you were like, I don't know who's listening to this. And then it just cuts. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm looking at the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi's still on and it's saying it disconnected. And I was like, there's no way.
well, I'm just sitting here. I'm like, I don't know if this is working, but like I'm just sitting here talking to myself, and I'm like, I don't know how to work this, but I guarantee you guys gonna be back. We'll see what ends up happening. So I'm just in here having my own little.
I really hope it recorded everything beforehand because it said it wasn't gonna be an issue. But I'm like, dog, it says a minute on my screen. And we had like
Still says
36
38 for
minutes.
me. So
Okay, so hopefully it'll
yeah.
combine. Like I was about to be
When
like,
you went
oh
by,
my
it said,
god.
"Please, actually, like recording is gonna stay normal."
Okay, because I was like, oh shit. Because like that's what happened last time. Because I was recording with somebody else, and luckily it wasn't me. But the Wi-Fi kept cutting out, and we never got a full episode in.
No,
Like it was a really good episode, which was like one of our like it was a serious moment, but it never got
dang, that's a
recorded.
shame.
Editing's gonna be fun. It's gonna be so much fun.
Hey, for the record, this time you were the one cussing, not me.
Oh, I cussed every
Well, I
single
just
episode at
kind of
this
like
point.
I know we try and keep it a limit, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch my tongue. I'm just,
I mean, it's summer. It's summertime, so there's no limit. It's just summer. We're allowed to do whatever we want. Who's gonna stop us? If someone has a problem with it, that's fine. There's still 300 other people that are listening. It's okay. This isn't Target. You don't have to be forced to do whatever you don't. Sorry. There goes my sponsorship at Target. You don't have to be. You're not forced to listen to the podcast. It's okay.
I don't.
But also to the person that's listening in Mexico,
Gracias.
gracias. Y te amo mucho
I don't know
más.
what you said, but thank you.
I said I
Oh, that's
love you
cute.
so much. How do you not know Spanish? Aren't you like Mexican? Wait, we already had this conversation. You're not. Sorry. You know, on that note, I'm so
No, it's
sorry.
just,
So sorry.
oh, I'm Portuguese. Like,
You still don't know enough Spanish. It's
I've
fine.
learned a bit.
Be better. Well, you know, this episode, it's always a pleasure to have you back because now the balance has been restored. Kobe is in his little corner doing whatever, but he's like the logical side of the group. You're the chaotic side
Love
of the
it.
group, and I'm just in the middle,
You can
dictating
go either way. It
everything.
just depends on how you're feeling.
I mean, right now I'm on your I'm on your
I love
side.
how you made that out like a Star Wars episode. Balance has been.
No, I was given inspiration from Avatar. Might
Oh,
be.
picking up.
I have yet to watch Star Wars. Anywho, it has been it has been a fun episode.
So,
If you enjoyed this week's episode, make sure to share it.
for sure.
Do you have anything to add, my good sir?
Go UNC. This is for my boss who loves state. Go UNC.
UNC. Why would you even
I don't
say
know, just to
that?
get under the people.
It's the pack over here, baby.
I don't
It's the
care.
pack
I
over
can
here.
pull for anybody. Like, I have no.
I mean, just join your dad and just become an ECU fan. Go Pirates! And we don't condone partying if you are underage. Unless it's the weekend. On a Saturday. Because Saturday's for who?
Saturday
The
is
boys.
always for the boys. That is.
We gotta be better.
Somebody tells me this last bit's gonna be cut out.
No, we're keeping it all in because it's episode 14.
Why not? I don't know understand the significance behind episode 14, but it's the summer apparently, so we can do whatever we want.
Exactly, because no school, no rules.
I like that rule.